Hey guys, how's it going? MasterBucks here, and welcome to the 7th episode of the Newcastle United career mode on next gen, of course, Xbox One, and welcome to it. So guys, I'm going to be, of course, in this episode playing and simulating a few games. Yes, I'm going to be simulating a few games. As a matter of fact, fuck it, I'm going to simulate one right now. But anyway, before I get into it, guys, just letting you know, if you want to purchase Ultimate Team coins, you got to check out the FIFA coin shop. Their link's in the description below, and don't forget to use my discount code. But anyway, guys, I heard a few of you say that you weren't really happy with me simming games, but I'm going to have to get back to you because we've got one going right now, and Papi Cisse, who comes in for the injured Remy, scores a goal. So maybe making a suggestion, oh, come on, mate, you got to play me because I know I haven't really been playing Cisse too well. Cabai scored, and then a minute after that, Bonnie scored. So what a timely goal that was for Newcastle to keep their lead and to hang on until the final whistle. There it is. We win away 1-2, and then I know a lot of people say don't simulate away, it only makes sense. But even still, away against Swansea, we still get the win, thank God. But anyway, I will talk about that now for a little bit. I heard a few people in the comment section that don't like it when I simulate games, and to be fair, I know it's not the most entertaining thing in the world to watch, but for me personally, I feel like it quickens and speeds up the career mode a little bit, and my favourite part about making career mode videos, and especially my favourite part of the season, are, like everyone else's I assume, the transfer windows, and I want to get to the transfer windows as quick as possible. And that doesn't mean I'm going to simulate every second game. I play like 80 to 90% of every single game throughout the season and simulate the rest of them. So that probably means that I sim maybe about 5 or 6 games in, maybe around 5 games in a season. So yeah, but like I do simulate games, and I do simulate games against the lower level teams. I would never simulate like a game against Chelsea or whatever, but I'll also say as well, guys, as we have a look at this absolute cock-up from Ruddy. Oh no, what's he done? There was the pass back. He took a touch instead of just whacking it out of there. And of all people, my winger Marvo comes in and just tackles him, makes the tackle away from his feet. He's got no idea what's happening. That's like an Arthur. And why does it always happen to the Southampton goalkeeper as well? I'm only imagining right now. Ruddy and Borak or whatever his name is. It's all happening in Southampton. Oh, what a shame. But anyway, it's not like they can complain. They're doing amazingly well, Southampton. But anyway, Sissoko, a through ball, loads of space, an absolute paddock. He's just got to beat Ruddy, and he's cocked that up. Oh, that's an even bigger cock up than what Ruddy did to concede there. But anyway, he does, the goalkeeper, Southampton goalkeeper, I guess in a way, sort of redeems himself. What should have been a certain goal, I messed up, he saved, and it's still 1-0. Could have very easily been 2-0. But anyway, Gabriel Oberton just going for a massive run. He's got absolutely nothing on, so he hits it straight at the goalkeeper. Cabai will deliver. And who's going to get on the end of this? Stephen Taylor. Ruddy makes a save again. So he's starting to pick it up. He's messed up once, and he doesn't want to mess up again. Now he's motivated. But Cisse, in the game, of course, he scored in the simulator game. And that forward pressure yet again could lead to another goal. Cisse with a fake shot, Cisse with a shot at goal, and Cisse with the goal. And he does his traditional celebration. I don't know what it's called. Is it meant to be a celebration that's got something to do with his faith? He is like Muslim, or I'm not really too sure. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit sidetracked. I know that's anyway, whatever. I am getting too sidetracked, so I'll just drop it. But yes, he celebrates like he does in real life, and that's fantastic. So yeah, I know Barnes, Cisse used to be doing that back in 2011, 2012 when those two were at the club. My God, every single game they'd do that celebration. It was fantastic. But hey, I mean, things are still going pretty well for Newcastle in real life at the moment. We beat, what am I trying to say? We beat, was it Norwich, I believe? No, we beat Norwich, and Sissoko scoring a beautiful goal. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, not a beautiful goal. As a matter of fact, I don't know if Krul felt bad for Ruddy after he let in such a shit goal that he decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna score an own goal for myself just because, like, I feel bad for him and we're going to win the game anyway, and that is technically what we did. However, I would have loved to have increased my goal difference, but unfortunately that didn't happen. But still, Tim Krul, you may have conceded a bit of an own goal. He actually saved the clearance if you want to go back and watch it. But thankfully, Cisse's goal in the end was the difference. In the 51st minute, he scored it. And it was Santon's own goal, apparently, that got credited. I think that's crap. I think Santon would be going to the whoever decides that, just rocking up and saying, what the fuck? I tried to get rid of the ball. What's going on? Bloody Krul. Bloody knocked it in. But anyway, this is the moment of the episode. This is the big one. Crystal Palace versus Newcastle United. My two FIFA 14 career mode teams squaring off, going head to head. Newcastle United are 6th. Crystal Palace are nowhere to be seen in that top 10 table. I don't know how they're going in the season I don't know how they're going in my FIFA 14 in this career mode season. I think they're probably either 19th or 20th. I wouldn't say I don't want to say that they are 20th at this very moment, but they're definitely in the relegation zone at this point. So as much as I would love to see Crystal Palace playing more than one season in the Premier League in this career mode, I don't think it's going to happen. Hopefully they'll get promoted again in the second if things don't change, that is. But anyway, Debussy on the ball, whacking it away. I got to say, Crystal Palace are definitely, obviously now that I'm not managing them anymore, definitely not the best team. They're quite honestly, they're probably the worst team in the Premier League in terms of like AI and difficulty and how hard they are to play against. But that's not completely. Oh, actually, I'm gonna backtrack. That's not completely true because some teams are harder to score against than others, even though they may not be higher rated. Like teams like I think Sunderland I found was one of those teams. I believe Crystal Palace are definitely one of those teams. There's a few teams that I find extremely hard to score against just because they normally have most of their players sitting back. No, that does not mean Chelsea. But anyway, we tried to cross there. Unfortunately, at the far post, it was a tight angle. Tried the volley, didn't happen. But Colaccini is going to get his head onto that and put it in the top left-hand corner. A beautiful, beautiful header. And I believe that's Colaccini's first goal for the season. So there we go. The captain, wearing the armband, scores his first goal of the season. That's not bad. Another great cross from Cabai. He scores goals. He whips in some beautiful corners. We've scored, I think, 4 goals now from corners in this career mode so far. Maybe 5. I'm not too sure. But Cabai, one of my favourite players during my time, obviously doing the Crystal Palace career mode. Unfortunately, he couldn't get anything done there. Cabai, who whipped in a beautiful corner, will go for a run. A nice little through ball from Remy. The space made, the pass, the gap, it was brilliant. And the shot in the end was fantastic as well. Just finishing off a beautiful move and putting the game beyond all doubt. We only scored 2 goals against Crystal Palace. I'll be honest, they may have been my previous team, but I wanted to whack the shit out of these people, just like Cabai did with that ball. And sadly, unfortunately, I couldn't really do that. I'll still win 2-0, which is good. And actually, that might not be true. There still might be time for Krul to score another bullshit own goal. But and now there is not any time for that to happen. Thankfully, we do actually win by a bit of a margin with 2-0, so that's okay. But Crystal Palace were a little bit of a harder team to score against. Definitely going at, like, attacking wise, I did not feel vulnerable at all. Like literally almost let the AI just pretty much do all the defending when it came to playing Crystal Palace, even on Legendary. But anyway, another game, Stoke, and guess what? It's another game which is getting simmed, so suck it. I know it doesn't piss off the majority of you, but like, I don't know, it's kind of funny. But anyway, Stoke, let's go. What's his name? Wilkinson picking up a yellow card. Not a lot happening in this first half. Just a yellow card. A pretty unentertaining first half. We've got a few substitutions. Arnautovic coming out of the game for Etherington. Still no goals. Vuskic is coming in. Cisse is coming in for Remy. He made the difference before. Cabai scores. Beautifully done. What a finish from Cabai. It's a red card for Stoke. And in the 90th minute, it is all over. They went down to 10 men. After conceding a goal, they were not coming back from that, and Newcastle United pulls out another simulated victory. I swear to God, if I just get into trouble, if I'm like 8th with 5 games to go and I need to finish top 5 to play Europe, I'm just going to simulate every single one of my games, and I'll win every single one of my games. I've simulated 3 games so far and won them all, which is ridiculous. But this is one game I'm not going to simulate. Arsenal versus Newcastle, and look at that. Yeah, okay, well, maybe you're going to have to rewind it if you want, but we were totally even there on terms of wins and points and everything. We have 10 wins, both between us, Arsenal and Newcastle. We've also got 5 draws and 3 losses. The only difference between us is 3 goals. We've got 3 goals up on them on goal difference. So even though we have the same amount of points, we're 5th and they're 6th, which means Arsenal, they beat us, they go ahead of us, we beat them, or even if we draw, we still stay ahead of them, which would be great. And to be honest, as many points as I can take away from the top teams, the better. Because really, I mean, if I want to finish top 5, it means I've got to beat the best teams. I mean, I can lose a few games to some of the not really challenging for Europe sort of clubs, and I don't really care. But if I lose to teams like Chelsea, like I did in the previous episode, that shits me because that's 3 points for them, and that just makes it even harder and even less likely for me to finish in a Euro League spot. Another shot blocked by Walcott. Wow, Walcott, he's pretty far back for a winger. But anyway, An interception there from Tiote, a through ball in a Remy. I didn't think it would work out, but Mertesacker, he's on him. He's too slow to turn. Remy's getting close down. He needs to shoot. Nearly put it in the top left-hand corner. Just a little too high over the crossbar. Amiobi, Remy, good 1-2 move. Sammy Amiobi now with pace. He's being chased by Mertesacker, which means he's not being chased at all. He goes, turns Mertesacker again. Oh my god, he's like whipped cream. He's getting absolutely whipped in this game, Mertesacker. And Amiobi scores another goal. He has been amazing, Sammy Amiobi. He's high rated 60. He's rated highly in his 60s, and he's still scoring like beautiful goals. And that really, to be honest, wasn't a beautiful goal. It was a very sort of, I don't know. He just sort of made a turn. He shot the ball. It went underneath It went underneath one of the defenders who did a slide tackle, and it actually nutmegged another player. But Debussy went for a massive run and eventually got a shot off, but unfortunately it was off target. That was unfortunately too bad for him, because that would have been some goal. But Sammy Amiobi, the difference going in at half-time. We've scored a goal against Arsenal. Can we hold it, though? That's the thing. Or can we even build on it? You never know. We've scored 2 goals in the 2 previous games that we played today, and then we just conceded one. There we go. As I say that, Arsenal in the 54th minute. Giroud there, you can watch it on the replay. No, I only put in 1. What a shame. But anyway, Giroud, his defender was goal side of him, getting in the way of the goal. Again, not much on. I just shot it straight at Schneski, and nothing came from the corner, sadly. But the ball just, unfortunately, there was really nothing on. But Amiobi, he made the difference before. Can he do it again? He whips it across to Goodbye. And my God, I just don't have enough tall players in this team to really be whipping in crosses like that. Goodbye's not that tall. I didn't expect him to win headers when you've got players like Koscielny and Mertesacker in your back four. But sadly, enough. That's 1 point that we're taking, or should I say technically 2 points if you want to look at it in a way that we took a win away from Arsenal. But it's we're still ahead of them, so I think that's a positive. We're still up only on goal difference for now, just those 3 goals. But still, we drew with Arsenal at home. I guess I can take that. I shouldn't feel too bad about it. But we're simulating through. That was the last game of December, which means January 1st, we got a game against West Brom, and we are now in the January transfer window. Get in there. Jonas Gutierrez, there was talk about this, but now he confirms that he wants to leave the club. And to be fair to him, I wasn't really going to play him, and I never really thought of playing him, so I will probably just accept that. And Tim Krul was happy to say, even though there was some speculation about him being homesick. So that's great. We don't have to get a replacement goalkeeper. I like Tim Krul. I want Tim Krul here. I'll sell Gutierrez. And a manager role at Liverpool, nah. What? Bye-bye. Not interested. This is a Newcastle United career mode. I don't think so. Liverpool, just no. Okay, but that's all. Thank you for watching, guys. I'm yours again with the MasterBucks. Don't forget to, of course, hit your target, which for today is only 2,000 likes. You guys have got that. And, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. The link is in the description below. And, that'll do it for me, guys. Thank you for watching. The return of live comms and green screen starts right now in episode 8 when that eventually comes out. So thank you for watching. I'm yours again with the MasterBucks, and peace out. Bye-bye.